All right, so we finished the 8th turn, May 20, and the breakout is happening. Still don't think they have enough time. The overruns, you had some 10-to-1 automatic DSs. I finished the turn, so I already removed the markers. But it was those two units right there, and there was one other one. I think it's right here, the guard. It's Grossdeutschland. These guys here got some great attacks and bonus advances, and then they hit the disrupted ones that they chased away with overruns and almost took Cambrai, but on the Allied turn, that British Motorized Infantry Division was able to move in there. So the avenue is there, not a bunch of strong, a few strong units. But you get a disrupted marker on one of these things and then attack him, and his strength is cut in half, so it has a big effect. So finally realized that since this was starting to fold, the De Gaulle Armor Division, the 4th DCRs under that, they ran. They were full retreat, and they're reduced to a remnant unit now underneath that disrupted marker. See the used headquarters? There's another used headquarters underneath there, and I think there's one back here. But I finally realized that the French had to give up the Maginot, or this line along the river down here. There's no way they were going to be a hold under this pressure up here. So they're starting to fall back, which means the Axis will start taking entry hexes and getting a victory point for each one. Still got to make this push. They've got to take these cities. They're going to need to take Cambrai, which I think they probably will. And they're going to need to take either Arras or Abbeville and cut those rail lines. I don't know. We'll see. I don't. There's only 2 turns left in the regular game. I need to read up on what the extended game is. See if there's different victory conditions. But you see the casualty pool over there for the Allies. Pretty good size. All right. Well, this group over here, that line from Mons over was too big, so the Germans will have that. And I think there's a city up here somewhere too they're going to take. So those guys started to fall back, which is kind of good because that's a tighter line right there in front of Lille. And I'll be able to swing some of those units around here, hopefully to cut off this German advance. All right, well, we're going to move on to turn 9, play through that, and we'll get back to you as soon as that's done. All right, let's wrap up France 40 from GMT, Mark Simonitch design. We played turn 7 live, and then we had turns 8, 9, and 10 left, so we got all the way to turn 10. Well, what can I say? Just, once again, not aggressive enough. I really need to teach myself that, hey, this is a war game. It involves combat, so you need to have combat to get holes open in these lines to get these panzer groups, these panzer divisions moving. So, end all, tell all, this is as far as the Germans were able to get. And, of course, the Allies threw their halt markers down. They were only able to use 2. There's no way for that unit to get all the way down here and capture that in this turn. So that's pretty much where it ended. They did create quite a breakout, and they shot through and still managed to stay in supply. But that, even without those halt markers, they didn't have enough. I would say the random drawing of the reinforcements for the French or for the Allies, you put them in a cup, tells you to pick out 3, 4, 5, or whatever. Well, I just, majority of the time, just got strong units that I pulled out and got them barely into the right locations. Is this doable for the Germans? Well, yeah, sure. I think you have to be, and I was aggressive with combats along the river up here at the start and just got terrible dice rolls. So that really hampered them. And then it was 5 or 6 turns before I could even punch a hole somewhere to start breaking out. Never did really do anything over there. And the only reason that fell back was because everything else was starting to collapse. I think maybe if I'd have shifted some of the panzer divisions right from the start into that center pocket, maybe I could have been a little more successful. And especially using the stacking rule that a division only equals 3 stacking points. Over here, same thing. The French gave up the Maginot line and that river line just because of the pocket collapse. The Germans they took those 2 entry hexes there and those 2 entry hexes up there. So that's like 4 points. They don't get any points for removing Allied units. The only other points they get are to cut those rail lines from there down to any one of the W hexes. And like I say, they were not able to do that. So the French keeping them open, that gave them 10 points right off the bat. They didn't eliminate any German units, so they didn't get any points for that, but still, they outnumbered the Axis in points. So that wraps this up on the May 22nd turn. There will be no extended game, because they recommend the extended game is if one side wins by a really, really close margin, then maybe you agree to continue. And if the other side should win the game after the extended play, then you call it a draw. So, but that's how it ended. The French were falling back, but they had enough troops in the right locations, and they were able to hang on to the victory. It's another game that I probably want to get back up and be much like the Dark Valley. I have to be more aggressive with the German attack. You get to try to get that breakout faster. So, all right, well, we're going to get back to you with an after-action review on this game and any comments on it. See you soon.